I'm Abby,
And I'm Anna.
and this is Serious Beef.
Welcome.
Do you got beef today?
I do. I'm afraid that I do. Because
You afraid?
this happened twice this week.
Oh.
Twice this week to me. And I guess as a mom, maybe I shouldn't have beef with this, but my kids call me at all hours of the day. All hours of the day. I mean, I don't care what time of the day it is. They feel that they should call me. I'll give you an example. I think it was 12 or 12:30.
I thought you were going to give me an example of me calling you.
No,
I was there.
Oh, I'll finish with you. I'll get to you.
Oh my.
No, so my youngest child calls me, and I have to talk her down from the ledge because the power went out. There was a power issue, and she was trying to submit her assignments.
Was this because of the snow we got?
Yes, and their Wi-Fi wasn't working, and then when she finally got on like a hotspot, then the program through the school, which is called Blackboard, that wasn't working.
Yeah.
And you have to submit by a certain time, and it was the whole thing. And then she sends this very lengthy, very professional, you should have heard this email, email to the professor apologizing and that the power was out. She got like a 2-sentence response back. It's okay, you usually turn stuff in.
Yes.
I said. And she calls me in tears. Well, first she texts me.
Well, she didn't get that response till like
the next day or 2 days later.
Today
yeah.
I thought it was.
It was 2 days later, yeah. Oh, 3 days later. You're right. Wasn't she? That was on Friday. She didn't find out till Monday morning. Yeah. So yeah, she was stressing all weekend over it. But anyway, I have to then talk her down from the ledge because she's, very upset and thinking she's gonna get a 0 on the assignment. And I'm like, why did you wait till the last minute?
Well, some professors are dicks. Honestly, some professors are dicks.
Some absolutely are.
This one sounds okay.
Yeah, he was cool about it. So he, it was just, she's just, but she texted me at like midnight.
Yeah.
Are you awake?
It's not like 7 p.m.
Yeah. I'm like,
No.
I'm awake. Yeah, I should have said no, but
No.
she would have called me anyway. But yeah, it was, I respond. I saw the text, so I said yes. Then she called me and I had to calm her down. So that's just one example. Mm-hmm. Do they call your father?
No.
No.
Well, he's
that's
sleeping.
true. No, that's not true. They call him to get to me.
That's true. Well, I also called him. I'll have you know, because I'm certain that your other example of this is going to be when I called you Friday morning at 5 a.m.
Yes.
But I will tell you that you were my first call.
Both of these were on Friday. Liz might have been technically Saturday, but I mean, gee whiz.
Gee whiz.
But yeah.
Well, I'll tell you were my first call Friday. I called my father first because I was like, well, mom's probably sleeping. But dad, I thought, would be up.
Right.
Now, he may have been driving or on the Metrolink, so that's understandable he didn't answer.
But you would have then told him to wake me up.
Well, if he'd been at home, if he wasn't at home, I would have then hit him with my questions about the whereabouts of my stuff on Sunday.
Well, that leads us. So that's my beef is, why y'all gotta call me all times of the day? I mean, one of the ones was Liv calls me at work. Called my cell phone. I didn't answer. I was working. Mm-hmm. She kept calling. And I finally saw it and realized that, oh my gosh, she's calling me a million times. This is when she was probably in like 4th grade. Okay. And finally, she actually then called the bank number.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've done that before.
They give me the phone, and I'm like, what is the matter? Why are you calling me? And she says, well, I wanted to ask you if I could eat this last banana muffin. That's what you wanted to ask me. I said, yes, eat the banana muffin. I don't care. Why are you calling me?
Fucking eat the banana.
Yeah, her answer was then, well, you took so long to answer, I already ate it.
Why did you call
the bank?
Why'd you call the bank?
Oh my God. I said, is someone bleeding? Is someone dying? Then stop calling me. No,
Yep.
that never worked.
Now, okay, I will say that now there are probably sad mothers out there whose children never call
Never
them.
get a call.
So I don't know why you're complaining. also, We call every morning. We call every morning. If I wasn't calling, we wouldn't have a podcast.
We wouldn't have this podcast.
Yeah, I know. You're welcome. I bring a little razzle dazzle, a little moxie, a little je ne sais quoi to your life.
So what you're saying is, quit your bitching.
I would never.
Never tell your mother that.
Never. Have you seen the thing that is the mom and the daughter are sitting in the car, and the daughter says to the mom, Can I curse? Can I say a curse word? And the mom's like, you asking me, right?
Right.
Because they're all adults.
They're all adults. Okay.
They're all adults. And the can I curse? And she's like, okay, you can say one curse word. And so she turns back to the camera. The only B word I ever call my mom, and the mom is like, she's like getting angrier in the background. Is beautiful. And the mom's like, oh, okay. And then she turns, I love you, bitch. I was dying. So of course she's like, and then she must be mad because she said bitch. And then she's like, God damn it, I told her she could say a curse word.
You did. She gave her the green light. Oh, that's hilarious.
I thought that was great. That cracked me up. That cracked me up.
Well, this leads to a story. I think we need to tell a story about the 5 a.m. phone call.
Okay, and I would like to preface this that I don't usually call you ever that early. I don't ever usually call before 8 a.m. unless it's like genuinely important.
And so I know if I'm getting a call that early,
from me
that
at least,
something is wrong.
Yeah, from me at least.
From all three of you, if anybody calls me that early, something is wrong.
We'll call late at night just for funsies.
Yes, and I'm a bit of a night owl, so you know that I'm typically up.
Well, I know Ash will be like, it'll be like 10 p.m. and I'll like, we'll be watching the Grammys or something like that, or whatever is going on. We just finished Only Murders in the Middle.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
so we had to talk about it. Yeah.
Right. Now, we didn't call you late at night about that, but it'll be something like that.
Something along those lines.
And it'll be like 10 p.m. And I'm like, I got to call my mom. And Ash is like, it's 10 p.m. I was like, she's up.
I'm up.
So I'll call her. Yeah. I got called. She's like, her mom gets up like Dad does super early for work. Yeah. So she is not answering that phone. Gotcha. She's not answering the phone call about Only Murders. Later.
I mean, luckily, I don't have to drive as far. So
that's true.
But yeah, the 5 a.m. phone call this week was, I actually finally heard the phone buzz, the second time you called me?
Second or third time.
I finally heard it, and I'm like, oh God, something is terribly wrong. So I'm like, oh. Yeah.
Okay, so little background. I had woken at 5 a.m. I had
before that. It had to have been before that because you called me at like.
I think I called you around 5:15, 5:30ish.
Okay.
Yeah,
it was later. Okay.
Right. There's a whole thing. So 5 a.m. I wake up. I'd had a dream or whatever. It spooked me. I had cults. There was cults. There was people being walled in.
Now you're saying the word cult.
Cult.
But it almost sounds like you're saying there were cults. Like as in
the football team.
The football team. Or horses.
Reggie Wayne, Andrew Luck. Terrifying. Jonathan Taylor. I was horrified.
But the dream did involve cults.
Cults. Yeah, cults.
Which could be
right. Cults. People were being walled in places. It's a whole thing. Oh. I won't get into it. But because it doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
So I wake up.
You were trying to be abducted into a cult, and you escaped.
No, I woke up.
Oh, you woke up because you were being as you were being walled in.
I said I wasn't going to get into it, but
we should clarify. I think because we promised to come back to things and we never do.
We should. That should be what we do at the end of this episode. Is go back to all the things we never come back.
We never come back to things. We're just like, yeah, whatever. They'll never remember.
That's true. We also got to remember to do a super secret password because we've done it exactly one time.
Oh, true. Okay. Anyway, so you wake up from the cult dream.
Yes. Oh, I guess us bouncing around. Did you take your meds today?
Yes.
I did too.
Good. Okay. All right, everyone, take your meds.
Take your meds.
It's very important. Get your therapy. Okay. Next. After you wake up.
Wake up.
What do you do?
I decided, I'm going to scroll through social media because I, gotta talk myself down from the ledge.
Okay. Take your mind off it.
Yep. I go through, social media and looking and scrolling. I get a Twitter notification. Okay. I don't really go on the Twitter very much. But it was from Taylor Nation. That's the Taylor Swift official. They always post all the stuff.
Okay.
Now I know that Taylor Swift at the time, I know that she is playing in Melbourne Australia, which is why it's like, why are they tweeting at 5 a.m.? Because they're up having a concert
They're
right now.
in Melbourne, yeah.
Exactly. But I forget what the exact text was, but it was weird. And obviously she has the new album coming out, and so I was like, did she play like one of the new, like, did she play a new song? Did she like release a song? I was like, that wouldn't have been super surprising. So I was like, well,
Something happened.
I'll go check it out. I go head over to Twitter. No, she's announced that she's dropping the album again. I say dropping the album. The album is back up online. The deluxe edition.
The pre-orders have all previously sold out.
Right. You could get like the regular album, but I wanted the deluxe. There's a little magnet in there.
Okay.
I wanted it.
Okay.
So
now she's announced the deluxe the deluxe version is available.
It's back
again.
But now with an extra song.
Oh.
The Bolter.
Oh.
I know. So I was like, oh, well, perfect. It's 5 a.m. Perfect.
I've got it.
I'm so glad that I'm here. Yeah, thank God I woke up. Now I can get the Taylor Swift album. Exciting. Because I had missed the original deluxe edition, but this is way better. I can now get the deluxe edition with an extra song.
Okay.
Exactly.
And still get the magnet.
And I can beat the rush. Because who is awake right now ordering this at 5 a.m.? Nobody.
Okay.
Me.
Abby. Yeah.
People in Australia. That's it.
Truth.
We're fine. We're on different servers.
People on the other side of the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're fine. So I get up. I'm logging in. Everything's making me log in a million times. I'm like, okay, hopefully I can, just have my payment information was already saved on there.
Okay, gotcha.
Then I don't have to do it. Wrong. Wasn't. Now, fortunately and unfortunately, Ash was sleeping on the couch because she had also been having a hard time sleeping the night. I don't know, restless legs, something like that. We both get the Jimmy legs really bad.
So she got up, went to the couch.
She already done moved to the couch well earlier than 5 a.m.
Okay.
And so that's why she hadn't woken up from me being on my phone trying to buy this so early.
Gotcha.
But now I have to like pitter patter my way down the hallway, to get my wallet so that I can get my card so I can pay for this. So I've got the flashlight on. Down the hallway I go, trying to not like wake up the boys.
Pitch black, just the footlight from your phone.
Just the light from my phone.
Flashlight. Okay.
And poor Ashley. I tried to announce myself a little bit, like it's just me, like thinking she might hear me. She didn't hear that. All she wakes up is to the flashlight in the foyer of our house.
And a dark figure.
In the dark. And she's like, Abby? She assumes aliens have come in through the front door and they
finally found her and
Yep.
they're coming for her.
So luckily for her, it wasn't aliens, it was just me.
It was just Abby. Ashley has a deep, deep fear of aliens.
I was like, I'm so sorry. I was trying to do this.
You made her think they'd finally found her and they were going to take her away.
Through the front door, too,
Through the front door. They were polite. They at least didn't come crashing in.
I know. Use the mat, probably. The floor mat to wipe their feet. I don't know. All 6 of them, probably.
Gross.
So
thankfully it was
not aliens.
Okay.
Now around this time I get to my wallet and realize
now we have to explain that your wallet is not actually a wallet. It's just a little zipper pouch.
It is
that you unzip, and it's I don't know how big. What'd you say size wise? I mean, it's enough to hold a credit card and some cash.
Yeah, it's like maybe
some coin.
Yeah,
so it's just a little zipper pouch.
It's like a 4x3,
right?
Maybe at most a little zipper pouch on there. And it serves the purpose that I needed to. I don't want to carry a big old bulky wallet. I've got like 2 things, right? Gotcha. I've got debit card, photo ID, insurance.
My library card.
Your library card. And my Barnes & Noble's membership.
Oh, okay. Dang, you have that. We should use that today. I was there.
And that's it. And then like a little bit of cash and whatnot, because we still had some birthday cash left over.
Okay, gotcha.
So I get there. I realize the only thing in my wallet now, as I'm trying to desperately purchase this album at 5, it's now like probably like 5:15, 5:30.
Sure.
The only thing in there is like 50 cents and the cash, which was like $6 in ones. That's all that's in my wallet. And so I try not to panic, but immediately, of course, start panicking.
All the cards are gone.
All of my cards are
gone. Gone. Everything.
I was like, oh shit. I'm scrambling. I'm like, I tiptoe over to Ashley. I'm like, who has definitely not gone back to sleep yet. I'm like, Ashley, did you take all of the cards out of my wallet? And I knew as I'm asking the question, like, why? Yeah. And she's like, no.
Like, why are you even asking me that?
She's like, no. And I was like, and so then now I have to explain myself. I have to explain why I am up getting my wallet at 5 a.m. and I'm
Right.
like, listen, Taylor Swift dropped an album. Don't judge me. Listen, I said I have to I have to give her the whole thing. I was like, I was already awake. I didn't like set an alarm or something. I just like it just happened. And so she gives me the response that I needed in that moment. Not, okay, let's calm down, let's go look. She says, just use my wallet.
Buy the CD.
So that I could go get the CD. I was
Okay.
like, perfect. She's the one.
Yep.
Poor Ashley, who's not even here
Not here today
with us today.
But thank God for Ashley.
Thank God for Ashley.
So you buy the album
Buy the album.
with her card.
Yes. I still don't know where the cards are from my wallet. And Ash is like, let's just go back to sleep. You know, we'll deal with this in the morning. Well, I can't do that. I can't let it go.
I wouldn't have been able to either.
You know, so now I gotta go tear up the house. I gotta, like, as quietly as possible with my single flashlight, I'm going through the cars. I'm going through the counters, everything. I go to the back, I grab, like, the pair of jeans I've been wearing.
Well, at this point, you call me.
Oh, yeah. This whole time I was like,
And I'm like, I'm trying to help you retrace your steps. I'm like, could it have fallen out? Did you have it unzipped? And they fell out in your car. So that's when you go to the garage and you start looking.
Yeah. So it's like 5:30. And so I called Dad first because, and now, admittedly, I did not expect you guys, when I'm calling you, I was not expecting you guys to know where the cards were necessarily. The only thing I could think was that you and I use that same zipper pouch. You have you have one like it, for like cash, I think.
I only use it for cash or coin. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, we've talked about that multiple times, and we had just been at your house that Sunday for Super Bowl. And so I was like, okay, I knew I had the cards Sunday because I had purchased something, and then I hadn't actually used any of my cards the whole rest of the week. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe when we were at the party on Super Bowl Sunday, we took the cards out for some reason, talking about the wallets, and I like left them on, you know, a side table or something, and we just haven't even realized it.
Right.
So that's what I was calling. I was like, did we do something like that? And I just like have completely forgotten, you know. But no, Dad doesn't answer. I text Sam to see if she's awake because I know gets up early for work. I called you a couple times. You finally answered in the third ring. I was like, oh, didn't expect this one. This turned out better than usual.
Right.
So then I have to give you the lowdown.
She tells me the entire dream.
No, I told you the dream in the morning.
You told me later.
I did.
You're right. I got the whole story. From
I was trying to give you the synopsis because I was like, I had to explain why I knew that my cards were missing at 5:30 in the morning.
Why were you awake? Because I'm trying to make this purchase. Yeah, I got the whole thing.
So I think it was funny because I could feel the like, are you kidding me on the other side of the phone? Because you answering, you knew that something was wrong. And I was like, okay, I am up because Taylor Swift, like, and as soon as I said Taylor Swift, you were just like, I could feel it, like, she actually calling me about Taylor Swift right now. And I was like, no, I was like, it's important to the story, but what's important is I was trying to buy an album, the cards are missing. And so, so then
you get to the cards are missing, and then I'm just like, oh, that's why she's calling.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
here we
go. But you needed the context, I think. So I am digging through everything with you on the phone. Like I said, we're going through the cars.
Then you checked your bank balance. You got online.
I did. I was like,
there was no suspicious activity. So we're like, well, if you lost them or if you were pickpocketed, there would have been some charges by now.
Exactly.
But then we're like, who's going to pickpocket you? Pull this out of your pocket, unzip it, take the cards out, zip it back up, and put it back in your pocket.
And leave the cash.
And leave the cash. No one's going to do that. They're going to take the whole thing and go. Leave. Yeah.
So well, like I
don't think that's what's happened.
I'm going through everything. I'm going through like nightstand, everything. Like I'm like, I'd never put my wallet in my nightstand, but whatever. Right. I gotta look here too.
Like, it had to have been unzipped, and they had to have fallen out.
Right.
That was my guess.
Right. Well, and I throw the jeans I had worn most recently on the bed.
Yeah, that's what I'm checking the
pockets.
Your pockets.
Not in there. Throw those back on the floor.
I was really hoping that was the answer.
I know,
but no.
Throw those back on the floor. Go back out. Keep looking. Now it's like 10 till 6. I've been up for like an hour now looking for these cards. Nothing. Got nothing. Finally, we're like, I'm like making a list in my head, like, okay, like, I was at therapy. I'm going to have to message my therapist and have her check the couch cushions there. We had gone to a bar for Parks to Direct trivia that week.
That's where I was worried you had lost him.
I was also worried then too. But I was like, that was a Tuesday that I had lost him. Like I said, there's nothing, no charges for the next 3 days. I was like, if somebody had picked it up from there, they would have like bought something.
If they would have turned it into the bar person, which I was, if you hadn't found them, I would have said call that.
That's so I was like making a list. Yeah, I was making a list of like, this is who I'm gonna have to call in the morning. And so as I'm making this list, I head back to the bedroom.
I'm completely stumped. You can't find them.
Right. I head back to the bedroom. The dogs are on the bed, of course. Also on the bed, I now see on top of my blankets, stacked up in a stack, are all of the cards.
She literally says, "Oh my God, my cards are on the bed in a perfect stack."
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. And so I have two working theories. Theory number one, the more rational, is that the cards were in my pocket, my jeans pocket, and when I tossed them on the bed, they slipped out somehow.
But somehow managed to stay in a
stack.
A nice stack.
And then when I went through the pockets, of course they weren't in there, and I threw the jeans on the floor, and I only have my flashlight, my phone flashlight.
So you didn't see them.
So I couldn't see it. And as we all know, I have terrible eyesight.
This is true.
So that is working theory number one, is that they somehow slipped out. I don't have an explanation for how they stayed
in a stack.
Right. But they slip out. Second theory is that the ghost that currently haunts our house is just fucking with me.
Right. You pissed her off.
Absolutely.
She took the cards out of your wallet.
He or she, we don't know. I don't want to assume. But yeah, took the cards out of my wallet, put them on my bed just to fuck with me.
I have no explanation.
We have scientifically tested this to see if I can recreate it. I feel like Mythbusters. I can't do it. I can't. I like tip my wallet over. Either everything falls out, cash, coin, all of it.
All of the coin would have fallen out.
Or like the cards fall out and then they scatter. They don't stay nice to me.
They don't stay in the stack.
I've tried pulling out like of my pocket to try to see if I can get it. Like, can I pull it out of my pocket in a way? Because it's like sideways when I'm pulling it out. Mm-hmm. That when I pull it out, somehow I'm maybe holding on to just the cash and the cards like fall out. But I'm like, that would be so weird. How do I get the cards out?
And the coin would have fallen out.
Right. Well,
that's what I can't wrap my mind
stay
around.
in a stack.
And they would have slid like just kind of like.
Right. The cards stay in a stack.
They don't just stay in a stack.
Right. In my pants pocket. I'll give them that. Maybe they do stay because it's a pocket. It's still contained.
There's only so much space.
But as soon as I toss the jeans on the bed and they slide out, they should have
scatter.
Right.
Or slide. Something.
Not
here you go.
Brick of cards.
Swap. Brick of cards.
Right. And like I said, when I had shown you later that like they wasn't like perfectly stacked. They were like very mildly askew, but it might as well have been a perfect stack.
Well, yeah.
So
it's weird. That's
it's
all
weird.
We'll say.
That was Friday 5 a.m. adventures.
No explanation. I said I'm going back to bed.
I also said that.
I hung up the phone.
I said I'm going back to bed.
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah. And then I called in the morning.
And then I got the whole rundown of the dream.
I know. Ashley was not thrilled with me for being up and ransacking the house, but
I would have done the same thing. I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep.
I couldn't possibly sleep.
So,
but yeah,
how do you know that there's a ghost in your house first?
Yeah, so I think that this is maybe revenge, possibly. So our house, we've been in like going on 5 years. Okay, never had a ghost problem until recently. And I've never really had any experiences with ghosts, although this might be the first, maybe the second. So Ash has had multiple experiences with ghosts. The house that she lived in growing up was haunted for sure. It is not a question. It is fact. It is factual that house was haunted because multiple people report seeing the exact same ghost. Multiple people.
We're gonna have to Ashley come on and explain the ghost in her house when she was growing up.
Totally. Sure. We're gonna have to have that's maybe close to Halloween.
Somebody write that down. Somebody write that down.
Yeah, maybe close to Halloween. Maybe whenever we want. We'll have to do a episode where we talk about
The
ghost
ghosts in
stories
Ashley's
because
house, yeah.
Ashley's got so many
Oh my
paranormal
God.
experiences. It's not even funny.
Oh, that's what we need to have her friend Kate on too. Yeah. Okay.
Because she does the ghost hunting.
Yes, she does. She does ghost hunting. We did a ghost hunt once.
I don't
we
fuck
didn't,
around.
We didn't see any ghosts.
I don't want to fuck around and find out. No, thank you.
No, I agree.
Okay, so we got rid of our furniture. We had like a sectional couch. We got rid of that recently because the one part was broken, and Ash, her parents had actually just gotten new furniture for their basement. So they're like, oh hey, we have this couch set. And do you guys want it? It's like a couch and then a love seat, right? And we're like, sure, like that's perfect, because we were getting rid of the sectional just because it was broken. So we're like, this actually is way better. So we're like, this will hold us over until eventually down the road we decide to buy new furniture. So we do that. We get the furniture in. It's nice, but I am 1000% certain that a ghost was attached to the furniture.
The furniture,
right?
Okay.
Happy to have the furniture, not happy to have the ghost.
Okay.
So we assume that it was attached to the furniture because the first encounter with said ghost happened days after we got the couch.
We got the couch.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was walking down our hallway. There's kind of like our house is set the dining room area. Then there's like a long hallway where like bathroom, bedroom, office, those types of things are kind of all branch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I'm coming down the hallway. I'm walking by our like main bathroom, and I hear this like clicking noise in the bathroom, and I'm thinking like it's maybe like the heat turning on. It's I don't know what's going. So I lean my head into here like what is this clicking noise because I want to make sure that it's not like the tap running or something.
Right.
Sure.
Sure.
As soon as I lean in, stops. I'm like, okay, whatever. It was just the heat turning on and we're done. I lean back out. It starts again. So now, cut to about 3 minutes later, I see Ashley walks and she can see down the hallway me looking like I'm doing the hokey pokey, in and out, arm, foot, head, in there, going in backwards, leaning in. Every single time I crossed the threshold of the bathroom, the noise would stop. But as soon as you didn't have to be standing in there. You could be standing outside and put your arm in, stopped. And so Ash is like, what are you doing?
But as soon as you took any body part out of the bathroom, it
as
started.
As soon as you were not within the bathroom at all.
You were just in the hallway.
Like, tick, 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 tick. Yeah. So I go, Ashley, come down here because I'm going insane. Right. I'm like, I'm going to have to be committed. So I was pretty sure. So I was like, Ashley, come down here and test something for me.
Okay.
I was like, before you go in, do you hear that noise? Like, the tick, 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 tick. And she's like, yeah, what the hell is that? And I was like, okay. Me, that's where we're at. I was like, step in the bathroom and locate the noise. She steps in the bathroom and it stops. And she's like, what the hell? So now she's doing it. Arm, head, in, out. Okay. The only thing we haven't done is move the shower curtain to see if the noise is coming from the shower. Okay.
At this point, no one wants to move the shower.
Well, I was like, well, shit.
We're gonna have to slide the shower.
So I'm gonna have to slide this. So I was like, I'm not going in unarmed. I go back to the bedroom. I grabbed the baseball bat, the Louisville Slugger.
Of course.
I grabbed the Louisville Slugger out of the bedroom. Because I was like, just in case. I don't know, maybe there's a robber in the shower going tick, 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 tick. Probably not. Also, how could he see us sticking arms in and out of the bathroom? But whatever.
Who knows?
I don't know. So I grabbed this bat, and our bedroom is right next to this bathroom. It's just literally one room over. Mm. And as I'm grabbing it, I'm coming back to go move the curtain, and I go, if anyone is in the bathroom, this is the time to vacate because I am coming and swinging. And this is more for me. I'm hyping myself up because I know I'm going to have to do the curtain. Okay. Ashley is standing in the hallway, hears tick, 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 and then it comes at her and goes down the hallway and out into the living room, this ticking noise. Yes.
My mouth is open. I was literally forgot I'm on a podcast. I'm speechless. I'm like, I guess no one can see my facial expression because it's a podcast.
It's like this.
What?
And she's like, She freaks out. I come out of the bedroom, Louisville's sucker in hand, and she's like screaming. And I'm like, what is happening right now? And she's like, the ticking noise came at me, and then it went down the hallway. And I'm like, what?
What?
And so I'm like, okay, well, now we don't hear it in the bathroom anymore. Now that it is vacated,
Sure, left.
we don't hear it. Even when we're not in the bathroom, we don't hear it. And we're like, that's not a good sign. So I go in, I move the curtain, nothing there, of course.
Sure.
You know, and so we're like, that's the end of it. We never, no other issues.
You haven't heard any ever
No
since.
other issues. And so I was like,
did you call your in-laws and tell them to come get that furniture?
I'm like, no, because I don't have any couches.
I'm at that
We don't
point,
have a couch.
what ifs?
I was like, yeah, no, we did. We did call them. And we're like, I just want you to know.
Had they had issues with the furniture?
I don't know, but their old house was super haunted, so it's possible.
They probably moved and brought the ghost with
Right.
them.
That's
Nice,
what I'm saying.
Nice.
At least
Now
one
it's
of
in your
them.
house.
So
At least one of them.
Yeah.
There were more than one ghost.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. We'll have
her
to
whole
ask Ashley.
Was her whole neighborhood built on an ancient Indian burial ground?
No, we're on coal mines.
Oh yeah, we're pretty much all on coal mines, but
Yeah. I don't know. It could be dead
wow.
canaries down there.
So now you think that the ghost is mad at you for
So, yeah,
threatening it with the bat?
Yeah. Well, and so now I will. I've said a couple times walking around the house, like, listen, if you're gonna be here, I don't want a ruckus.
I don't want to rock
You
it.
can stay. I don't want no ticking noises in the bathroom. Don't come ticking walking at Ashley. I can't take it. My nerves are shot. I can't handle it. We can live amicably. We can coexist.
Now you're gonna have to have a discussion with this ghost about not touching the cards.
I know. So I think that the ghost was mad at me because now again, that was months ago that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then recently the cards are moved, and I was like, you know what, this ghost was waiting for a moment, and they knew.
Found it.
They
the
knew
moment.
me getting up at 5 a.m. to go buy this stupid Taylor Swift CD. Sounds stupid. It's probably fabulous.
She's seen the ghost has seen your shrine to Taylor
It's
Swift
just not a shrine.
On
It's
your-
just the CD
on your shelf.
It's not.
Has seen you kneel down to pray at the shrine.
Do not stop. It's not a shrine. It's all the CDs. And Sam made me that little book with all the pictures, so I have that on
and
there.
and some friendship bracelets.
Oh well, yeah, we got the one we went to
and
the
the
movie.
popcorn bucket.
Well, where else am I supposed to put the power buttons?
and the cups.
We got the cups with the buttons.
And the framed picture that we got at the
The
movie.
framed picture is actually really funny. We got the little poster, and then we had like a really cute like you, me, and the dogs. It was in this frame up the mantle. Oh, isn't that so sweet? That's at me.
Get out. Tay-Tay's going it.
Taylor goes there. That's why I sent the picture of her. I had put it originally as a joke. I'd put it on the mantle, and so I took a picture of our mantle and Taylor Swift there.
Yep.
And I had said the mantle Taylor's version.
I'm waiting
So
for.
I've never swapped it back out. So and we had then after that we had put up Christmas decorations, so all of our shit got shuffled around. So I just ended up putting it down on.
Do you periodically
shelf.
put like a bucket of chicken down there? And you sacrifice a chicken?
Ashley does use some buckets for
And
popcorn.
She won't. We did too, actually, for the
I know.
trivia night. Remember?
They're good buckets.
We went to the music trivia night, and I'm like, well, I got to bring my Tay-Tay buckets.
I know.
So,
I was mad. I was like, oh, should have brought the good.
the good cups.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we didn't
know,
have
the
good
good
cups.
cups.
We would have
Yeah.
spilt those for sure.
Oh, there's no
So
lids.
whatever.
Do you know you can
There's-
order like people are 3D printing lids for those? You can get them on like Etsy and such. I know I didn't order one because
Interesting.
I'm not committed to the bit enough. But
But no, and that's a really big cup. Like, how often are you gonna drink that much?
Ashley uses those kind of cups all the time. She'll like get herself a giant glass of water.
I
Not
don't
like
know.
not the Taylor
I
Swift
can't
ones,
even
but like
wrap my hand around it.
like the
It's okay.
Turvis ones she'll get. I've discovered that the little cup holders on our table are not quite big enough to house the cups because I put one in there and then pulled it up and the cup holder came out with it.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so yes, I upset the ghost, and then the ghost fucked with my cards. That's
Right.
like that is my only other explanation.
So, but I mean, honestly, at least it had a good ending. You
Well,
found
right,
the
thank
cards.
God.
You got, and you got. Good thing you had the nightmare because
Right.
found out about the T Swift.
Right.
CD,
I know. I was like, what?
bought your CD, I mean, other than having to wake up so early,
What a strange
I
turn
was
of
happy
events.
that you found your cards at least, because the most important thing was my library card is in there. I would have been upset if I'd had to go replace that.
We talked about we talked about that because I don't actually live in the city of which that I live. I live in Incorporated. And so I can't get a library card. And it's a travesty.
It is.
It is.
Everyone should have access to the library. It is an amazing place, and you don't. So I'm like,
It's
well,
a major grievance.
I have my little keychain library card on my
Yeah.
my keys.
Mhm.
So you
Really?
have my. Or don't tell anybody. Shh, the secret. We're bucking the system.
I know. And I have your actual card.
How dare have you check
And
out?
I'm checking them out
stuff
on
with-
your behalf.
It's true, and then she gives them to me.
But I also have a Barnes and Noble membership, so I'm also just buying books.
Buying books as well. Yes.
But we had joked that I had gone to the library to get books or whatever, and that as I'm going to like check out, because of course it's your name on the card and not mine, that like the steel cage slams down. You're not in a Wilhelm. Get her.
Abby makes a break for it. He runs out the door. That's all right. She'll be back, or she'll get a fine.
She'll get a late fee.
A late fee.
I was like, joke's on you. I'm gonna make. My dad's on the board.
My dad's on the library board.
No, I've never had a late fee in my life. That's not true.
That's
I've
true.
had many late
I was like, what are
fees.
you talking
I've
about?
had many late fees. Luckily, they're only like a dime. So,
Luckily.
but
kudos to the Mosquito Library System, because they have done away with late fees.
good for them.
Yep. They're like, these dimes that we're bringing in are doing a whole
It's
lot.
honestly, it's costing us more to take these to
Yeah,
the bank than
what's
it is
the
to
point?
collect.
So yeah.
That's hilarious.
All right. Well, I've got a here's the skinny, here's the scoop, here's the poop. If
Okay.
you want to hear it.
Yeah, I think that's about it. That's there's if anybody's got a better explanation than ghost, or they just magically fall out of my pants pocket
And
at 5 a.m.
nice little stack,
Yeah,
undisturbed.
I'm willing to hear it. I'm
yeah.
willing to hear it, but I got nothing.
Who knows? Who knows?
So who can say?
Well, I have the story that I thought was adorable, and some people might have heard it. I don't know, but I don't know if you've heard this story, so
Okay.
I'll let you know. I've never been on Twitter, or X as it is called now, which makes
I
no sense
refuse to
because
call it that. It's stupid.
Elmo has an account.
Oh,
And
I do know about this.
and Elmo,
I know about this.
The Elmo from Sesame Street, in case somebody
Elmo.
didn't know. And so, which I think is adorable that he has a Twitter account.
They all do.
I know.
Grover and Oscar, they all
Yeah.
have.
Cookie Monster. Yeah,
We were big Sesame Street kids.
we were.
Both of
and
us
I
were growing
was.
up.
Yeah. So Elmo tweets. I don't know if it's even called tweets anymore.
I call it tweets. 'Cause I
Posts,
refuse
I don't
to.
know.
I refuse to call it.
Elmo is just checking in.
Yep.
How's everybody doing? What a sweet little post from Elmo.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently then everyone went, I don't know, took it pretty seriously and actually told him how they're doing.
A lot of people like emotionally dumped onto
Onto
Elmo.
Elmo. Like, it was pretty incredible. And it was like, so for example, this person just said, America is struggling, Elmo. Elmo.
America is where's the lie?
Right? Elmo, my man, it's not looking good. I had to pull a noose off my friend's neck today after she tried to
Oh.
kill herself.
Oh my god.
Yes. As I comforted her, I felt myself a hypocrite, knowing I myself am planning something similar.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable.
So sad.
Right?
Well, I'd heard that a lot of people had put. I mean,
people really
told
told their truth. Like,
people were
their
talking about, like you
struggles.
said, mental health struggles, suicide, death of like loved ones,
Yeah.
like people who were sick, etc. Like all this stuff, and I was like, damn.
Even
Elmo.
the IRS. The IRS commented.
Oh,
Thanks
there's
for
got a lot of
thanks
iron.
yeah, right. Thanks for asking, Elmo. The IRS is ready for tax season, and we're working on sunny days for taxpayers.
Sunny days,
Yeah.
sunny days,
Yeah.
IRS.
Unbelievable.
Come on.
And then, I mean, it's just hilarious. Like, craving a burrito, Elmo. What's your Chipotle order? So, but, and Elmo commented on people's
yeah, they
posts, which was
responded.
really sweet. But then the thing that I love about this post and why I bring it up, because this is kind of more of a heartwarming story, I guess, than a funny one this time. But it was like, I don't. Well, it's funny to me that people would take it something a question by Elmo, and then literally pour their heart out, to this
Elmo.
puppet.
Whoa. That's a
Whoa,
Muppet.
he's real. Anyway, so you're right. It's a
real.
Muppet. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Anyway, but other people, professionals actually said, if you are struggling, they posted like, you're struggling, call this number. There's
or like helplines.
Yeah, you can get help, and I thought, which was definitely needed. So how awesome is that, right?
It ended up being like a really good thing.
Yeah, and then some people like. They definitely posted like how they're struggling or whatever, and then a lot of people, like, since the pandemic especially, are still having a lot of mental health issues, and so I don't know. I just found that like the most interesting thing to read.
Well, did
all
you
of
see?
These. I wish I could beat my medical debt. Like, there's
girl, you're not kidding.
Right.
Well, did you see then later? I don't know if you know about the follow up. There's more to the story, actually.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'll let you tell it then if you know.
Well, and some just then he one person ran out of milk. I mean, it was some of the comments.
That's Olivia.
Yeah, I'm at my worst. Ran out of milk. I mean, like, right? But then somebody asked Elmo how he was doing after reading all of these comments and commenting back. And some people just posted like pictures of dumpster fires. I mean, like, there's so many.
People are real funny.
Domino's Pizza posted totally fine and posted that.
Oh no!
Hey,
all the pizza,
the pizzas are on fire, and the pizzas are coming off of a
the
conveyor belt.
It's like the I Love Lucy.
This
like
person is buried under pizza. Totally fine. From Domino's. Like, that's hilarious.
I know.
So some people like went funny with it, and then people really like.
They spoke their truth.
Well, this person put, I'm kind of at a crossroads, frankly, but thanks for the support.
Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, thanks for checking in, Elmo, honestly. And then one person commented, I'm in a really good place right now, but but thanks, so there were.
So did you see what Elmo then posts later?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So he, the Elmo account then later says, Elmo was glad that he asked.
Yes, yeah, because this person says, "Has anyone asked how you were doing, Elmo?" And I thought that was really sweet. And then that's when he was like, "Elmo is glad that he asked." Like, it's really important, like,
to do a check-in.
Do a check-in, like you don't realize.
Yeah, and then all of the other monsters from Sesame Street had then tweeted,
"This
we're here."
This one just made my heart. Cookie Monster, me here for you. Me bring cookies. Like, it was so cute.
I think even like Oscar the Grouch's one tweeted out something like that was like, I won't listen, but I will.
I will if you didn't really need me to.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic.
Grover, of course, is like the lovable
furry Grover is here for you.
I know. They were so cute. It was so cute. And then they were on like the Today Show.
Yeah.
They had him on and they were like, they're interviewing him. Like, how is, hey, and he's just like, and it was so cute. It was such a cute little like interview that he's like, you know what? It's like, it's just so good. You gotta ask once in a while. You gotta check in on your friends, and everybody's almost friend. I was like, oh, that's like so cute.
Well, and then it's like when you check in with your friend, really check in.
Yeah.
Most people say, "How's it going?" And you say,
like, fine.
And that's
fine. How are you?
That's your typical answer, and when you ask, "How's it going?" Do you really want the real answer?
Right.
Most people don't really want the real answer.
Yeah.
But I thought that was really, really, really
No, that's
sweet.
a heartwarming.
I loved it. It was, like I said, some of it was hilarious. Some of it was rough to read. And some of it was, obviously, there was
like a really
range,
sweet story.
But then I really loved how the people out there posted help, mental health,
links and
all kinds of different things to get people help who really need it.
And hopefully it did help a lot of folks. Just like having the resources now more.
Yeah. Or just somebody, just a way to maybe vent. Sometimes that's all you need. I thought that was really.
I thought that was super cute.
Really, I was like, really cute, really sweet. Not what Elmo was expecting.
No, not what Elmo was expecting.
But then he was glad he asked. So I thought that it was.
I thought it was cute.
Yeah, I loved
The
it. I loved it.
like
I
don't wanna
just
say
love the story.
yeah, I don't want to say like corporate social media or whatever, but like those types of accounts that are for, you know,
Mhm.
individuals or companies or whatever. Sometimes it's like really lame, you know, they're
Right,
just like
for sure.
posting stuff, but sometimes there's a winner in
Sometimes
there.
you find a gem, and then the fact that he
Wendy's social media, they're
even, really,
hilarious.
oh, okay, I don't.
They don't
follow
hold
those.
back. They do not hold
Oh,
back.
that's hilarious.
They'll throw shade on they're like, I think somebody had said like, Wendy's, why would I pay like whatever for 10 spicy nuggets when I can go get 50 nuggets at Burger King for whatever. Like they
Yeah,
had a
for a
deal going
different,
on.
obviously a better price. Yeah.
And Wendy's goes, the Wendy's account says, well, because our food is edible.
Oh,
They were like, Wendy's don't hold back. They'll come for you. Don't piss off Wendy's.
wow.
Wendy's on it.
Oh my gosh.
Crack it up.
Well, there was that we went through the McDonald's drive-through in Mascoutah,
Yeah.
Italy, and
Oh my god.
there's apparently somebody that works for McDonald's now who will come for you as well because we ordered 2 large.
Maybe she was having a bad day.
I don't know, but or maybe she just tells it like it is. I don't
Maybe.
know because we ordered 2 iced coffees, and then Wayne says large, and she says, "Well, that would have been more helpful if you had said large first."
And I was like,
We're sitting in the drive-thru going, "Oh my god,
wow, sassy.
who knew?" Like,
I
I'm
didn't
like,
realize.
Wayne's like, "Gotta hold me back. I'm climbing through the window like little girl.
Little girl.
We're gonna have some words."
I was like, wow, like I have a big thing about like being polite to your servers, to, you know, people working, you know, the drive-through and such like that, because
For sure.
they put up with a lot of shit
They do.
and whatnot. But that threw me for a loop, because you guys were just like, yeah, we're gonna get this and this and this, and then can we get 2 coffees, large.
Apparently.
She was mad.
So
She was
if
mad.
you're listening, say your size first.
Say the size
apparently,
first. I had no idea.
because it makes a difference. The size matters.
Oh my god. You're done. You're done. That was wild. Well, because that was our normal once a month Saturday morning McDonald's breakfast run.
Yeah.
Because then we had to go to the flea
we
market.
had to go to the flea
Got
market.
some good deals. I love the flea market.
Yeah.
Good time.
You never know what you're gonna find in a flea market.
No.
You never know what you're gonna see.
That could be a whole episode of
Yeah.
just the wild and wacky stuff that we have seen and found and purchased
at the
at
flea
the flea
market.
market.
Yeah.
Good
and
time.
and prices that people want for their junk.
Yeah. Some people are like, hey, here's like this really expensive thing, like $5. Great. Love it.
Sold.
Sold. Here's
This
like
thing that
literally
you could get at Walmart, and I want $85.
Or
for it.
here's, like,
no.
trash I found in my
Yep.
garage. $85, please. I'm like,
But I guess that's the beauty of the flea
Okay.
market, right?
Yeah.
Because one man's treasure or one man's
Trash.
trash, help me, is another man's
Treasure.
treasure. It could be it could go both ways.
you'll find the most random. I mean, I remember Ashley saying the one time, she's like, go see if there's a gumball machine there.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with a gumball machine, and I've never seen one
I
at the
know what
flea
she
market.
wanted to do with it.
Oh yeah, it was a
She
terrarium.
wants to
or
turn
something
it
like that.
into a fish tank
No, it was like a plant
for
one.
plants. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A terrarium. Then you were right.
But yeah, she wanted to do that, and I'm like, I've never seen a gumball machine at the flea market in my life. Sure shit.
We
there
found
was
one that
there.
day.
God.
We didn't buy it though.
No,
I'm like,
I
no,
was
we're not
I'll
doing
get that. It was too expensive.
Right. Sorry, Ash.
Sorry, Ash.
Yeah.
I had texted her. I was like, I'm not getting this. They want like $50 for this gumball machine. I'm not getting it.
The answer is no.
The answer is no. Yeah, wow. That could be his whole own other podcast. But well, I mean, now that we're making plans for future podcasts, maybe we should
Oh, let's
dot some T's, cross some I's.
Quickly dot some T's and cross some I's. Okay. What did we promise to revisit that we haven't revisited?
I had to make a note because I had to go back and check because I knew that there was multiple things.
Because we said it and then we just never followed up.
Yep.
Okay.
So episode 1, we talk about the real life snafu, and we
Oh.
said at the
Yeah,
end of
tell
that
that
episode,
story.
and the
we
next
never
one
told it. Okay, here we go.
it's now episode 5.
We go to this big muddy monster brew fest every year down in Murfreesboro, Illinois. If you have ever get a chance to go. It's a super fun time.
Oh yeah.
So it's in this park in Murfreesboro, big park,
Mm-hmm.
and they set up. They breweries come from all over the country, and some from even other countries. They've come
Yeah.
from
Well, and it's not like just like the local stuff. There's like Sam Adams. And,
yeah.
Like, yeah, they're all
And they
there.
set up kind of like these little like tent, not a
I was gonna say
traditional
not
tent,
tents,
like
but
an
like
awning type
yes,
tent thing.
an awning.
And they serve beer. They serve tastings of beer.
Yeah, you
So
pay
you
for
pay
your
your
ticket.
fee. You get your little bracelet. You get your tasting glass,
Mm-hmm.
which has the little Muddy Monster logo on it. And you go from tent to tent, and you get a tasting, and it's a blast.
And you could taste like all of them because like some of them have like 1 or 2 beers. Some of them have
3,
I
4,
mean
5 different beers.
6, 7. You see
Yeah.
the ones that are like the really big like
really
conglomerates,
big ones.
and they've got like 30
Yeah,
all the way around.
You could drink a lot of stuff, and there was some
And
that,
we do.
and we typically do. Then some will bring like hard ciders. Some bring obviously beer.
A lot of beer.
So yeah,
A lot of
it's-
craft beer.
It's there's a food truck for when you're hungry.
We
And
we string pretzels.
you do, and then you have a snack.
Yep,
You have
string
your pretzels
pretzels.
around your neck.
Yep.
So we go because my
Good
brother has a brewery in Sparta. Here's a plug for the White Rooster
Shout out.
Farmhouse Brewery in Sparta, Illinois, and check it out.
Good time.
So anyway, we go over here. We're on our way one year. We're driving. I'm driving, and
Yeah.
I have a van full of people. So somebody's got to be the designated driver.
And me and Ash were living down in like Carbondale.
You guys
at the
were
time.
living down
So we
there,
were going to
exactly.
just meet you there because
Yep.
it's much closer.
And my brother Dan, who lives in Minnesota, is coming with folks that travel with him every year for it. So I've got my sister, I think, and my brother Tom. And I've got Sam. And Sam's going to drive back because she's going to be the designated driver, but I'm driving there.
Shout out.
And I'm driving along, and I feel something kicking my butt, literally. I'm like, my brother Tom is sitting behind me, and I look back. I'm like, "Are you kicking me?"
Kicking a seat.
And he's like, "What am I 10? No, I'm not kicking your seat." And I'm like, "Well, something is kicking me,
The
okay?"
thing is, though, he got real. What? No, of course not. That is totally a thing
Totally
Tom would
something
do.
any one of my brothers would do.
All of them.
Okay, so I pull over because something is like blah, 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 hitting my butt. Okay, and so
The noise and the visual.
Yeah. So I pull over. Turns out the spare tire is underneath my car, and it had come loose, and it was under rattling, literally kicking my ass. Okay, and so I'm like, "What the hell?" So Sam, being Sam, gets out the book and reads it, figures out how to tighten it up. We tighten it back up. We're fine. But in the meantime, Dan and his crew, who we were not caravanning with, they happened to go by us. And one of the guys in the car goes, Isn't that your sister? Standing on the side of the road. And Dan's like, I'll be damned, it is. He U-turns, goes back, they help us, we get it figured out. In the meantime, you call.
Yeah, because you guys are like 30 minutes
We're
late,
late
which is
now.
weird.
You call me and you're like, where are you guys? And we're like, well, we've hit a real live snafu and we had to pull over.
And I had never heard you use the phrase snafu ever. I'd never heard anyone use that phrase before in my life.
And you're like, what? You hit it? Is it dead?
I was like, did you hit something? What are you doing?
You have damage to your car? Are you guys okay? You're like, you have so many questions.
And I'm talking,
And then you're
not to you. I'm talking to Mare,
right.
who, bless her, she of course is dying now.
You're on speaker.
Oh,
We're
okay.
listening. We're all listening to you. And,
Oh, great,
Because
good.
you're talking to us. And we're like, and then you start asking all these questions, and we're like, no, we didn't hit anything. The spare tire came loose. We just had to tighten it back up. And you're like, well, what is a snafu?
the hell is
Where's the snafu now? And we're like, what are you talking about?
I thought it was like that. You said we hit a real live snafu, and I had never heard the term snafu. I assume, you know what? My mom loves the World Bird Sanctuary. She really likes birds. Maybe she knows that there's a very specific type of live hawk or something like that that's called a snafu. I'm like, what the fuck?
So she's like, what is a snafu? We're like, a snafu is not an animal. It is not an animal. So we're crying. We're laughing so hard. It was so funny.
Like a snafu is what?
A snafu is like you hit a snag. You hit a situation that is causing you a problem.
A high speed come apart.
No, not
No,
necessarily.
it's just like a bump in a road,
Yeah,
if
you
you
hit
will.
a snag, basically. And we had to stop and take care of the problem. You had a problem. It's, And so we proceeded to not believe us that snafu was even a real word. It was like, it's fake. That is a
I
fake word.
never-
You made that up.
I never heard that term before in my life, and you just throw at me real life snafu as if I'm just supposed to know what that means, and then also just take your word for it that you're
That
not
was a real-
continuing to just fuck with me.
And I'm like, it's a real word. So anyway, that is, so we've obviously eventually got on our way again and went and got drunk at the beer fest and had a great time. But it was a minor snafu. So you could have bigger snafus.
Oh, you can have major.
So yeah, like when you couldn't find your cards, that was a real snafu.
That was a snafu.
Yeah. So
word
of the day, snafu.
Is that our super secret password?
That's our super secret password. There it
super
is.
secret password is
Snafu.
snafu.
So anyway, that explains.
The real life snafu.
That's the real life snafu story.
Yes. Other thing that we talked about, I believe this was actually just in the last episode 4. I had briefly mentioned, I think something about how I have ADHD.
We did reveal her
But
medical diagnosis.
Yeah, one of them. But I was in like 4th grade, so like 10, when I don't think I got like officially diagnosed necessarily.
Sure you did.
Oh, sure I did.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
Testing. We tried medicine. Everything.
Okay.
You could
Oh,
not
good.
pay attention to save your soul.
Yeah. Well, I had a lot to think about. So yeah, that's right. They kind of like whoever my teacher was at the time had kind of raised some flags of like, this one ain't
And
right.
we had known, we were just,
yeah.
Medicine's the last resort, whatever. So we tried it. Never really found one that worked for you.
No, it made me feel weird.
Upset your tummy a little too much too.
Yeah.
And
Well, it was
we tried different ones, and it was just not working. And you were such a good student. It really wasn't hurting your grades. We knew, so we just stayed on top of it.
Yeah.
And
well, this was like 20 years ago, so medicine was not where it is today with anything. But
agreed.
yeah, so
we just kind of knew, and we would just give the teachers a heads up, like, hey, make sure she's with you because the mind is a wandering.
Right. I was like, I didn't have a problem like working on my homework and things like that. I just need somebody like, okay, now do this one, now do this one, now do this one. Otherwise, I would get distracted.
We had to sit with you to do homework, and yeah, it was just hard for you to stay focused. Once you hit high school and you played sports and your time was, very, very limited as far, it was like you knew you had to get your homework done or you weren't going to get to go play sports, and you loved that.
Yeah. Well, I also was running off a ton of energy. I was running I was playing basketball and softball and volleyball for a little while. Right. So I was running like miles a day.
Always on the go. Yeah. You were insanely busy. And so you just didn't seem to have as big a problem with it.
No.
So high school, and so we were like, okay, some kids, you grow and you just
learn to cope with it.
You learn how to deal with it, and then you move on your way.
I would say like, I got distracted. It's not nearly as severe as like some people. Like some people absolutely cannot drive without medication. So I'm like fortunate in that regard that it really was like, okay, I can like deal with this.
You can handle life. Yeah.
Right. Now it's gotten to a point now, fast forward 20 years. Because we never, outside of when I was 10, we never tried medication for it again. No. Fast forward 20 years and I I've got a calendar that is magnetized to our refrigerator. I've got my personal planner that I put all my work stuff in and our we have this stuff going on, whatever. I've got a planner in my phone that I've got everything in. I've got alarms set. I've got all this stuff so that I can try to remember everything because my memory is terrible. We'll do things. It's like Ash will be like, okay, we need to clean the house or whatever. And in her mind, it's like, we just need to clean off the dining room table, do the dishes, and maybe vacuum, and that's it. That's all you have to do. To me, she has said there's a million and two things because I cannot clean the house and break it down into manageable steps.
You were like that as a kid too.
Yeah.
I would have to go in your room to help you clean your room and show you, okay, we're going to do this first. First, we're going to put all the clothes in the hampers. Second, we're going to do we had to break it down by steps, and then you would be fine. Yeah. Right.
Well, and it's like, I'm not disagreeing that the house is messy, but I don't even know where to begin with this. So that was a whole thing is that I couldn't break that down. So I remember there is this was literally last year, maybe no more than 6 or 7 months ago, maybe.
Say not even.
And I had said to Ash, I was like, oh, hey, by the way, it just like occurred to me. I just remembered after 20 years. Did I ever tell you that I have ADHD? And Ashley's face, like, I wish I had taken a picture because the stunned Silence and like she ran, I think, all of the stages of grief. She speed ran them instantaneously. I watched her go from like not accepting it, not believing it, to like sad, to furious.
Should have known.
I should have known.
Of course you
bargaining.
Right.
And finally she had acceptance, and she goes, "No, you've never told me that. We have been together. We've been together. Go at that point 8 years. We're going on 9 this year. I've never brought it up." And she goes, "Does JP know? Does your therapist know that you have ADHD?" And I go, "Nope, I've never mentioned it." And she was like, what do you mean you've been seeing this therapist for so long? What do you mean you never mentioned you have ADHD? And I was like, I forgot.
Wait, what did you say? The most ADHD?
Which is the most on-brand ADHD thing I could have ever done is forget that I had ADHD for like 20 years.
I honestly forgot too.
Yeah, I remember I went in because I was like, okay, JP, I have to tell you something. And I tell her the whole saga of how Ashley had found out. And the thing is that Ashley had said, the thing is that like I knew. Like, but I never wanted to say anything because I thought you would be upset if I said it. I was like, no, I wish you'd said something because I knew, but I had forgotten, and it would have reminded me that I definitely should have brought that up. And so I tell JP, and she's like, it explains so much. This explains so much.
Everything.
Most everything. A lot of things. So that is the saga of how I already knew I had ADHD, but then everybody else found out because we had all forgotten for less 20 years.
Right.
But that sparked a whole conversation amongst the family because you and Sam and Liv and most of your family and me, we all have at varying degrees, at least a touch.
Certainly.
Because I was like,
there's a lot going on. There's some OCD tendencies there,
sure.
And there's some dyslexia big time in my family. And so there's a lot going on.
We got a lot going on.
There's my mom, there's some depression and anxiety that we've all somehow inherited.
Well, that's the thing that we talked about because I have anxiety and whatnot, and so that's usually what like JP and I'll talk about or whatever, amongst other things. And apparently, in women, ADHD gets misdiagnosed as anxiety a lot. Like it's because like girls growing up learn how to like cope with their ADHD better than boys do. Like boys just, then I'm making grand statements, but this isn't true for everybody, but that like boys don't really cope as well. So it gets diagnosed younger and they figure it out. Whereas girls, they just find like workarounds, but they're just anxious then the whole time, right? Like, oh, like I don't know how to clean my room because I'm like anxious or whatever about it. But like we have the workarounds of like sit here and do this, do that, whatever. And all of the other things, right? Like I don't remember, so I have 3 planners now, right? Like I find my own workarounds. Like that's exciting. I'm down to 1
and that's
now.
what you do.
How exciting!
Oh, down to 1.
I know. Well, I have a couple things on my phone still, but I have my 1 planner. so yeah, no, it's like a whole thing that's like girls they just kind of miss it a lot of times unless it's like very severe, and then when they get older, it's diagnosed as anxiety, and then find out later, oh no, you've had ADHD this whole time, so it's like a whole thing. So yeah, I know, wild. So yeah, but that led to a bunch of conversations with us, with Sam and Liv and everything that we all kind of have, similar thought process that we've like, I'm like, I've got like 6 things going on at the same time. And there's like Footloose is playing in the background. Like it's like a whole thing. And us sitting around, and I think Ashley's best friend Kate had been visiting us as well, and she also has ADHD a little bit, and so we're all talking, we're all like all of us are bouncing around, and Ashley is just like, oh my god, because she does not. I mean, she's like, that's what it's like for all of you all the time.
All the time. That's how we all are all the time.
And I was like, I got a lot of things going on.
Literally said to your father on Sunday when it was just you and Liv in the car, and I said to him, "Imagine if Sam were here too."
Yeah, I heard you say that.
When the three of you are together, it is wow. Sometimes it's
Absolutely.
well, not only is it loud, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot.
And,
Well,
and honestly, I joke because I love it, but you know.
right. Well, you had time. You're also
But
contributing.
sometimes he also gets, I guess, kind of like Ash. He gets a little overwhelmed by
Yeah, like,
how
oh my god,
how much is going on. Yeah,
oh bless him, bless Wayne.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
man.
well,
that's all I got. I think that's all of our loose ends. I'm sure there are more.
okay.
Listener, let us know if there's anything we
If
missed.
we've forgotten, feel free to comment. Let us know. We will
Absolutely.
address it in not a timely fashion.
Never a timely
no promises.
fashion.
No promises.
Listen. The fact that we're going strong 5 weeks in a row now,
Oh my
posting
God.
weekly. Look at us go.
Look at us go.
I know.
Don't
Listener,
forget.
thanks for listening,
Oh,
listener.
thank you, listener. Don't forget super secret password. Snafu.
Snafu.
All right. Well, I don't know about you, but after this, I'm gonna need some serious beef. Bye.
See ya.